Is snacking wrecking your diet? If you answered yes, that's only because you're not eating the right snacks that actually help you reach your goals. Snacking doesn't have to be a 4-letter word, even though snack actually has 5 letters. But you know what I mean. After regaining 50 pounds following a strict fasting plan with 0 snacks, I was only able to lose the weight once I added the right foods back into my plan. So in this video, I'll show you how I make 5 easy high-protein snack recipes that fuel my fat loss efforts. But how does snacking actually help fat loss when all of the other diet gurus swear that snacks are the devil himself? While weight loss always comes down to eating less calories than you burn, the trick to not completely blowing out your calorie goal is you have to feel satisfied on less calories. But if you keep eating these measly meals while also skipping snacks because you've made it your mission to drop 25 pounds by next month, well, that's the fastest way to stay stuck right where you are. That's because following a very low-calorie diet only works for so long before your physiology takes over and you find yourself face first in all of the foods you made off limits. And since you already screwed up, you might as well keep binging right through the weekend, right? It's this constant restrict and binge cycle that guarantees 90% of dieters never reach their weight loss goals. But how do you ditch these disastrous dieting habits for good? That's where these 5 high-protein snacks come in. When you feel more satiated in between meals by adding high-protein, low-calorie snacks into your plan, that makes it easier to break out of that binge and restrict cycle that is all too common with low-calorie diets. But this only works when you adhere to the right calorie deficit, which is easy to figure out when you watch this video where I walk you through exactly how to set that up. I'll go ahead and link it at the end so you can finally reach your fat loss goals even while eating all of these delicious snacks. Speaking of, this first one is for all of my fellow pizza addicts who just want to get rid of this while enjoying plenty of ooey gooey pizza. While heating one of these up works perfectly as a mid-afternoon snack, making 2 can even work together as a high-protein meal. Just ask my 11-year-old who eats these pizza Hot Pockets for breakfast. Wait, you let your kid eat pizza for breakfast? What kind of mom are you? The kind of mom that cares. Because 2 of these pizza Hot Pockets pack in 33 grams of protein and only 532 calories, which is way better than pouring my kid a bowl of sugar for breakfast. Seriously, do you ever remember getting 33 grams of protein for breakfast when you were a kid? To whip up this quick pizza snack, start with a low-calorie tortilla. I use the Mission brand since it only has 70 calories while packing in 17 grams of fiber. I start by spraying the tortilla with some light cooking oil spray, and then I let the shell crisp up in the air fryer for a few minutes. If you don't have an air fryer, you could always spray a small pan and crisp the shell that way. Once it's crisp, I layer on an ounce of marinara sauce and sprinkle it with garlic powder. Then I top with half an ounce of pepperoni, which comes in around 6 to 8 slices. If you're someone who enjoys turkey pepperoni, you can get away with adding even more since it's lower in calories. But it's not my favorite, so I'll just stick to a little less of the standard stuff. I also love green peppers and onions on anything pizza, so I'll sprinkle some chopped veggies on top, which are a great way to make this even more filling without adding a ton of calories. Then I top the tortilla with an ounce of cheese and sprinkle it with oregano. I let that cook in the air fryer or toaster oven until the cheese is melted. Then I let it cool for a few minutes before enjoying this filling snack, which comes in at 266 calories with 16.5 grams of protein. If pizza isn't your thing, which who are you and do you even know what real joy is? But I get it, not everyone loves pizza. Like my 8-year-old. He gets mad that every birthday party only serves pizza because all this kid wants is chicken. So in that case, let's talk about this simple chicken snack you can heat up and enjoy, and it is packed with protein. These ranch chicken tostadas are easy to whip up when I use some leftover chicken from the shredded barbecue chicken I made earlier that week. Or you could just grab a rotisserie chicken and use a few ounces of that. I start by spraying 2 tostada shells with light cooking spray and let them crisp up in the air fryer. Once they're mostly crisp, I top with 3 ounces of chicken split between both tortillas, and then add them back into the air fryer for just a few more minutes to warm the chicken. While that heats up, I mix an ounce of sour cream with some ranch seasoning. And I top the chicken tostadas with lettuce, onions, tomatoes, and the ranch sour cream mixture and enjoy. Just like the Pizza Hot Pocket recipe, you can even add another 2 or 3 tostadas for an easy high protein meal. Moving right along to a simple snack where you can just pull out a few ingredients from the fridge, mix them up, and enjoy is this amazing strawberry cheesecake yogurt. This one takes seconds to make and has so much protein in under 200 calories. To make this, I start with 3/4 of a cup of 000 vanilla Greek yogurt, which measures out to 170 grams. Then I top with 30 grams of strawberry jelly and crumble 2 graham cracker squares. All you have to do is give it a good stir before enjoying this filling high-protein snack that definitely makes you feel like you're cheating on your diet. Another high-protein snack that will leave you wondering if you're even on a diet is this 2-ingredient high-protein ice cream. While you can add mix-ins to make even more flavors, I really love this simple chocolate version. Since I don't do well with too much dairy, I use coconut milk and Equip chocolate protein powder as the base. When I'm in the mood for a creamier version, I use a full 8 ounces of sweetened coconut milk mixed with 1 scoop of chocolate protein powder. With this recipe, you can eat this entire container for only 180 calories. If I want to save on calories, then I opt out for the unsweetened coconut milk instead, which saves another 40 calories. If you digest dairy better than I do, milk gives this recipe even more protein with a creamier finish. Either way, you can start this recipe by mixing protein powder and milk in a blender just like you're making a protein shake. I double up the batch, that way I have some ice cream for the next day. Then pour the mixture into the Ninja Creamy containers and freeze overnight. Once you're ready to blend the ice cream, I let it thaw on the counter for about 10 minutes. Then pick your setting and blend. Most of the time, you will need to blend a second time, but a good tip to get this really creamy is to pour just a splash of milk on top before that second blend. Keeping high volume, low calorie foods like this as part of your plan makes fat loss so much easier. Whenever you eat a large volume of food that's low in calories, this tricks your brain into thinking you're eating more than you actually are, making it easier to stick to a moderate calorie deficit. But if you don't have room for yet another kitchen appliance, you could also make this fruit icy since all you need is a food processor. This one is really easy to make when you add 4 ounces of milk into a food processor, followed by 4 ounces of frozen fruit and 4 ounces of ice. For my icy, I love unsweetened strawberries. Make sure you're not using a blender for this since it really only works with a food processor. Once all of the ingredients have been added, blend until your icy is thick and creamy. Then enjoy this entire low-calorie snack that has a ton of protein. This is another high-volume snack that takes a while to eat, making it a great addition to your snack rotation. And even though we've made it through all 5 high-protein snacks, I have a bonus for anyone who didn't already click away to scroll through shorts, which not a lot of people make it to the end of a video, so kudos to you and your attention span that lasts longer than 28 seconds. Since I crave crunchy snacks most of the time, this huge bowl of popcorn has saved me from falling off track too many times to count. But there are some basic rules I follow when allowing this snack into my rotation. Number 1, I don't eat this too early in the day, since once I have some, I'll probably crave even more crunchy stuff later. As long as I wait until the late afternoon to eat it, I never have any problems with overeating later that day since I already had a chance to fill up on plenty of satiating protein with breakfast and lunch. Number 2, if my protein is low that day, then I boost my bowl of popcorn with a few ounces of deli meat or leftover chicken first. That way, eating a carb-heavy snack doesn't leave me hungry right after eating it. Having 2 or 3 ounces of chicken or deli meat right before digging into this big bowl keeps your insulin spike lower, which can save you from unnecessary cravings. Of course, everyone reacts differently to different foods, so it's up to you to determine if you want to add a protein boost in order to get more protein with this snack. For some people, having permission to eat this entire bowl of popcorn as a snack is enough, especially since it contains fiber, which could be enough to keep you full until your next meal, no protein boost required. But if you notice your hunger spike soon after a big bowl of carbs, then just boost up on protein a few minutes before digging in. To make Air Pop popcorn taste close to the movie theater version without all of the extra calories, I start by popping the corn. Then I pour some into a bowl and coat it with a quick spray of olive oil before sprinkling on some salt. Then I add the rest of the popcorn into the bowl and repeat. Spray with olive oil spray, followed by more salt. I take my time enjoying this entire bowl, which keeps me full until dinner. While all of these snacks will help you fill up in between meals, you still have to understand how to make everything fit into the calorie deficit that helps you shed fat. If you're not sure where to start with a deficit that works long term, you can learn how I set up a moderate calorie deficit for my clients in this video. Not only do I show you the exact method I use to figure out a calorie deficit that actually gets results, but you'll also learn the 2 habits you need to stick to if you want a plan that keeps working.